So Barnabas and Simon, that were called what? Say it right.
As Barnabas, as Simon, that was called nigger.
That was called what?
Nigger.
What did he just call the prophets of the Bible?
Nigger.
Spell it.
N-I-G-E-R. N-I-G-E-R.
That spells nigger. They called the prophets of the Bible niggers. That's what they call us today. Niggas, spics, wetbacks, showing that this is our people. This is our book. But why have we never been taught this stuff? Why? Give me Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. I was already going here. We came full circle because I wanted to break this out early. Give me that. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. We gotta tackle why we don't know this information. This is the greatest book that was ever created. It's the Bible, the book that everybody has on their kitchen counter. Everybody's grandma got. But nobody actually knows the contents. Nobody actually knows that the people in this book look just like you.
That's right.
And be not conformed.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I see you watching the videos. I see you watching the classes. Why you not subscribed? Subscribe today. Click the link below, all right? Don't miss out, Israel. Shalom.
Conform to this world.
Everything you built is at stake. Don't forget that. So much you gotta pay for. Your destruction I pray for. I do not hit women, but I'm beating on this great whore. I'm no longer ignorant. I made it out that great war. Casting down doctrines now. Need I say more? Yes, man. Give me my respect now. Babylon falling in my knees on her neck now.
Okay. Which one do you want first? You want Adam? You want Christ? Or you want the prophets? Christ? All right. That's a great starter. Come over here. I want you to look at these signs, sis. What's your name? Zila? Tila. Okay, nice to meet you. My name's Yadaya. So, you said, well, let me ask you, which one of these images is Christ? Which one? Point. There's like 7 images. Okay, this one? All right, so according to you, Christ is a blonde-haired white man. He has, what is that, gray eyes? Right? It looks kind of bluish gray. But let's go into the scriptures and see what Christ really looks like. Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto the servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So right now, sis, Tila, we're about to reveal to you what Jesus Christ really looks like. Because this image, it's not what he looks like. He was not a white man. If you think about where Christ grew up, right? He grew up where? Do you know? He grew up in Nazareth. He grew up in Jerusalem. He grew up in Africa, right? What nation of people typically lives in Africa? Black people. So where do you get this image from? We'll get to that. Give me verse 11. Read what you got.
Verse 11. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last.
So this is Christ speaking to John the Revelator. He says, I am Alpha and Omega. I'm the first and the last. Read.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
Now, I grew up in the Christian church, and everyone said that no one's ever seen Christ. His description is not written in the Bible. But he just told John the Revelator, everything that you see, write it in a book. Let's see what John the Revelator wrote. Give me verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So, one of the descriptions of Christ, it said his head and his hairs were white like wool. Sis, what nation of people has woolly textured hair? Black people. Your so-called Afro-Latinos, your Afro-Native Americans. All of the people that you see on this side over here, God's chosen people, they have woolly textured hair. But guess what? Our enemies call their hair nappy, kinky, hard to deal with, unruly. But according to God, that's the kind of hair he got. He has woolly textured hair. He has nappy hair. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So now it says his eyes were as a flame of fire. When you look at this image, his eyes are blue. I'm not seeing no power. I see softness in these eyes. I don't see power. But when you look at this image right here, you got the white woolly hair. You got the red powerful eyes. Christ's first miracle was turning water into wine. And what happens when you drink a little bit of wine? Well, how old are you? 14. Okay, so you probably won't know that. But when you drink wine, the whites of your eyes, they turn a little red. That's what Christ, he drank in moderation. That's why I said his eyes would be red, like what?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes would be as a flame of fire because that was his first miracle. But now, let's get to his skin tone. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So now, it said Christ, his feet was in color to fine brass, right? If you were to take off your shoes, take off your socks, right, and look at your feet, would your feet be any different, like a different color than the rest of your body? They would?
A little bit. Like
It'd be like slightly lighter. But you're not going to have brown skin and have blue feet, right? It's going to be your same skin complexion. So now it said Christ's feet was like what?
Like unto fine brass.
What color is brass, sis? Think about a penny.
Oh, like brown?
Right. Christ, his skin color was the color of fine brass. He was brown in color. But let's see how brown. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if it what?
Burned in a furnace.
It said that Christ was so black, it looked like he burned in a furnace. So who is this? Which one of these images looks closer to Jesus Christ? That one, the black man. He looks just like you, sis. Christ is black.
Right.
But why have we never been taught that? Why is this the image that's being pushed on us? What you got going over there, Yak? You call?
I'm just showing him the sign. See where he from.
Okay. All right. Hey, I got a question for you. Brother, I got a question for you real quick. What's your name? Rio? I want you to come over here real quick. Which one of these images is Christ? You got to go? All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, sis. 1 second.
None of them.
None of them? Not even this image? How does the Bible describe them?
None of them is Christ.
All right, man. We about to run through it real quick. Verse 14. Speed read.
Verse 14. His head and his hair were white like wool.
So so-called black people have woolly hair. This is getting into the description of Jesus Christ. Read.
As white as snow. His eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
So the Bible describes Christ as a man with skin like fine brass. I just went over with my sis Tila, right? That Christ has brown skin. When you think about a penny, penny is what color? It's brown. But let's see how brown Christ was. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Christ was so black, it looked like he was burned in a furnace.
Right.
You know who else is black? The first man, Adam. Get Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7.
No.
We've been taught these white images,
Okay,
but you can't find any of them in the Bible.
What if that was a white man in the sun too long?
Huh? Have you seen a white man go into the sun for too long? But he turns red, he burns. He don't turn black.
Once the red clears, you turn black.
No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. When a white man stands in the sun, he burns, he peels, and he turns even redder because you can see his skin through his flesh. But we're going to get the first man Adam for sense because this is one of your questions. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground.
It said the first man Adam was formed from the dust of the ground, sis. What color is the dust of the ground?
They want to know what color he is
Right.
too, boss.
Who?
Adam.
Adam? All right, we're going to read it one more time for y'all. Read it one more time.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
So, Adam, he's the first man God ever created. And he said he was formed from the dust of the ground. What color is the dust of the ground?
Brown.
All right, y'all agree? When you look at dirt, guess what? It's brown. It's so brown that the deeper you dig, the darker it gets. Showing that if the first man was black, we already went over that Christ is black. You can read that in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. Where do you get all these white people from? Where did they come from? I wanna deal with what you said. Genesis chapter 25. All right, we're gonna get the first white man, where he comes from, because this is the image pushed by the people that hate us, by Esau, Edom. They are the nation that God hates with a passion. And we're going to get the first Edomite. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 25. And after that came his brother out.
Jump up 2 verses. Start at verse 23.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So, Isaac, Jacob, Esau. Right, got you. Isaac is about to have twins. He says 2 nations are going to be born from your wife's womb, right? And it's going to describe the one, but not the other. Read.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people.
It says that one of the twins is going to be extremely stronger than the other. Read.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And it says the one that comes out first is going to have to serve his little brother that's going to be stronger than him. Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over.
Now, remember what we said. You said a white man, when they get in the sun, he's speaking out the scriptures. This is what we're going off of. But remember what you said. You said a white man can sit in the sun and then turn black. Y'all ever heard something like that? That sounds ridiculous, because they don't turn black, they turn red and they burn.
That's right.
But read.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Esau was the first ever instance of a white man being born. Read.
And after that came his brother out.
Now notice, it said after that came his brother, but it didn't describe his brother. Why is that? We already went through the first man, Adam, right? He was black, right? That means everybody at that time was black. They looked normal. The norm of the Bible at this time was to be a dark-skinned man or woman. But notice, it took special attention to describe the elder brother. How did they describe him? Read it one more time.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
Verse 24.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
What nation of people is red and hairy? When they're first born, red and hairy. No idea? You ain't never seen a white baby get born? Or a white baby in general? They be having hair on their arms from the day they're born. Hair all over their body, looking like a werewolf. That's the first ever instance of a white man being born. But notice, afterwards, it didn't describe the younger brother, right? That's because the younger brother looked like everybody else. And we already went over, the first man, Adam, was what?
Black.
It was black. Thank you, sister. You paying attention. So let's get some more black people out the Bible. Let's get Song of Solomon. Song of Solomon. Let's get the king, one of the wisest men to ever walk this earth. Song of Solomon is right after Ecclesiastes, by the way. He was one of the wisest men to ever walk this earth, and the Bible describes what he looks like, right? Everyone at this time was black. So what do y'all think this man is going to look like? You think he's going to be black? What about you, sis? You think he's going to be black? What about you, bro? He going to be black? You want to bet money on him? Nah, all right, give me Job to the 30 and verse 30. We'll get that. We'll get another black man out the Bible. Read what you got.
This is the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me.
So now the prophet Job, right? Another man, he was perfect according to God. He followed after God earnestly. He said, my skin is what?
Black upon me.
He said, my skin is black upon me. Now, I grew up in the Christian church, right? I never learned any of this. I never read these scriptures. But the Bible is clearly describing black men. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. I want y'all to come over here and look at this sign. I want y'all to look at this sign. Sis, you too. Come over here. Come around. Where do y'all see yourselves? Right over here on the left side, you got God's chosen people, what he calls them. And then on the right side, you got what they call themselves today. Where do y'all see yourselves? The first one? What's the first one? What did it say? Judah. The tribe of Judah would be your so-called American blacks. What about y'all? Where do y'all see yourselves? First one? So according to the Bible, y'all would come from the tribe of Judah. But did you know that the Bible describes what the people from the tribe of Judah look like? Let's get it. Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So now it's talking about the tribe of Judah. It said Judah is in mourning, right? It says the gates thereof languish. What is a gate used for? To keep stuff in or to keep stuff out? If you put a gate up around your house, right? You use it for protection. You don't want certain things getting onto your property, and you want to protect your children or your family that's on the property. So it says the gates or the protection of Judah languishes. Why? Why is the black community in mourning today? It's because we have no leaders. Who was the last prominent black leader that we had?
Everybody throw a guess.
What y'all got? The last prominent black leader. When was that? How long ago was that? That was during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. It's 2025, and that's the only person we can think of? That's an issue. But that's the only one we got. We got Martin Luther King. We got Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. But all those men lived in the 1960s, the 1970s. That's the last time the black community had good, strong leaders that actually wanted to improve our people. Right. But remember, it said the gates thereof languish, meaning our leadership languishes. But let's read what else the Bible says.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are plagued unto the ground.
How did it say that the men and women from the tribe would be?
Are plagued unto the ground.
We already went over that the first man, Adam, was what? He was black. First man, Adam, what was he, sis? Looking at your phone. He was black. He was made from the dust of the ground. And it just said that the Jews from the tribe of Judah were what?
Plagued unto the ground.
They were black unto the ground. Once again, showing there's more black people in this book. Let's get the Apostle Paul. Or, not Paul. Get Barnabas. Acts chapter 13 and verse 1. We're going to get some more black people out of this book. And the reason I'm bringing this out to y'all because it's very important that you learn that your history can be found in this book. For a long time, when you look at the Bible, you think of white people. You think of this image. You think that this is Jesus Christ. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man. You think that that's the God that you're supposed to serve. But according to the Bible, his followers and what he looks like is closer to that image. He's black, like he was burned in a furnace.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.